Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Just wanted to confirm where our players were and what they were doing. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Make sure I can hear them. And let's go to out of the studio mode. Do you want to align their names up a little better? These long names are messing up the display of things.
I don't think we can.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm not worried about it. Is there a center format? No. Oh, wait, alignment. There we go. Center?
Alignment. Well, let's see what that does.
Nothing. Okay, perfect. Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I felt that way with Vaughn's name too. It looked a little off, but.
All right, so here we go. They're doing the mulligan. It'll be interesting to see what happens in this mirror match. If we're gonna go the DKP route, if we're gonna go the item route. Now, I'm pretty sure Nicholas is qualified for the PPG event down in Texas. I'm pretty certain he was the winner for the Encounters event last weekend, as I said. Should definitely double check afterwards because that was also a big tournament. So kudos to him for making it. Oh, we can take a look here at Anthony's hand when you end up keeping. So it's not going to be a very exciting start to the match. We know how these two decks, even in the item version, the goal is still to ramp. So we know that turn 2 you can expect Tipo, you can expect Sail. Oh, let's keep that there. Oh, that's going to change so I can't do that. Hopefully this doesn't mess everything up. It did not. Sorry, I'm gonna have to, well actually, can I just bump this over here? Oh yeah, that's gonna be way better. Way, way better. And I think I can. Yep, and there's the Tipo. Yep. All right, pass back to Anthony. So Anthony's 2-turn, inks Tipo, plays the Sail, gets to draw a card, ink an extra card. But unlike Tipo, Anthony's gonna get to play an ink ready and plays the Popsicle, gets another draw off of it. And back on over to Nicholas. So here's where things get interesting. 4, we could see a Grammatala get played. Yep, and there it is. So we'll look at the top 2, decide what we want in our hand, what do we want at the bottom. Really trying to develop a hand for options later. Tipo quests for 1, bringing Nicholas to 1. Goofy takes out Tipo. Anthony's going to get 2 lore off of that. And back on over to Anthony. So we could expect a Maui hero to come out. If he wants to take out that super goof, it just puts you, I don't want to say a tough spot as the other Ruby Sapphire player, but you don't really want to get that lore disadvantage. So, hey, and there's Brandon, he's coming on in. We got a mirror match happening between Anthony and Nicholas here.
This is an interesting one because this was 6-7, I believe, in the standings. I have a vested interest myself with my son playing in this. I want to see him get a top 8. But let's check the standings on this. So we did have one split with Ivan and Ben. This is 5 and 6. So this is a big match. They're both at 17 points. So let's see what's going on. So Anthony took 2-1. Who went first?
I believe Nicholas is on the play.
Nicholas. So this is a big match that, especially in a mirror match, making sure you win that dice roll mat, right?
Well, I would assume that if Anthony went second, he won the dice roll and chose to play second.
Right, but I'm saying that when you're on the dice,
when
you're on the play, I misspoke. When you're on the play, winning is very important. Sorry, I got 10 things going in my mind.
Oh, I feel you. And your heart's in this one too,
Yeah,
Brandon.
yeah. Well, we're getting
your head,
close.
You're all in on this match.
But overall, I think we've had a really good day so far. A lot of people have a chance to qualify. So that's pretty cool when you look at the standings. First place at 24 points at this point, and 8th place had 16. So, you're looking to be able to go way down in that list, who being able to potentially catch people. So that's, I think our goal is, a personal goal, is to limit the number of splits at this point. Let's play it out and see if the best people go forward.
Yeah, I mean, they got it, right? It's because you need those points, you need those wins, so.
And as we're talking, one of the things that I think I talked with Anthony about was wanting to investigate this best of 1 format that you talked about a little more, because I really do think that the more people you play, the better off you are.
Yeah, I think it would have to be phasal. That's a word, right? You want the whole thing to be best of 1, but it's more to get through a bunch of games first to do some sorting, and then figure out from there, okay, who are the players, and then you put them into another pool. So it's kind of, I see it as like groups and smaller, kind of like a round robin format.
Pods type thing.
Play a bunch of games and then determine who your next larger group is gonna be from that. So Tomato is gonna bring Nicholas to 4. Gets a popsicle for free. No dime, but it definitely looks like Nicholas is playing the more item-focused version, perhaps, of this list. I could be making that up, though. I haven't seen any other items than popsicles, so.
And to be honest, I don't even know what Anthony's playing. I have not looked at his deck.
He's playing a pretty DKP-style Ruby Sapphire list. I know he's got the spicy picks of Down in New Orleans, the new Sapphire card, which I really feel like has a good spot in this deck. You get to sing that card using Maui Half Shark, gain a lore off of it, play another Maui Half Shark, a Tamatoa, McDuck Manor. Any of those cards, you hate to see them come out, especially 2 in a turn. And speaking of which, there's the McDuck Manor.
He is running the Lilos in the deck, I do know that. Oh, I didn't even realize you can see more by looking to the right screen.
I don't hear them. Oh, there we go.
Neither do I.
All right, so Anthony did play his Maui Hero to All, use that in Grandma to take out the McDuck Manor, so no passive lore for Nicholas this turn.
That's big, though. And it forced him to relook. I mean, he's getting a wide board early.
And you got to be worried about that. Be prepped for either side, right? But at least with Nicholas, he's got cards on the board. Anthony, he's got a card that's got Reckless, not getting any lore, and Grammatala, so he would love to see that be prep right now.
Although I do see one, I think, in there. Second from the left.
Oh, yeah, it might be, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's got it.
Okay, plays a Vital Sphere for free. He quested with Tamatoa for 2. And then he played Develop, so he gains the lore off of the Tamatoa, or Half Shark, rather. Pop the Vital Sphere. Nope, that was a challenge. Grandma sings, gets a lure off of that with the half shark again, goes to 8. Does he pop the popsicles? Yeah, there it is.
Interesting.
No. He can't quite. He just played that Grand Metalla this turn, right? No, or no? Was that last turn?
I honestly don't know, but Anthony's getting ready to play B prep.
Yeah. So yeah, you gained the. You got the lure. Yeah, there it is.
All right, so 8 to 2. How many cards? Oh, he passed his turn to him.
Yep. All right, because he had to use all ink to play the B prep.
Oh, he's got 8 ink.
And there's the Tamatoa again. He'll get back 2 of his popsicles. Plays 1. Plays another.
Man, this is quickly going. This one's for this matchup, they're moving fast. And 3 popsicles to rebuild that hand right up.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, there's the same thing on the other side. Anthony's got a decent hand and set in hand, but he's still got to contend with the B prep.
Yep.
He's got 2 half. Does he have 3 half sharks in his hand?
Anthony, it looks
Yeah.
like I see 2, I think, for sure. And I can see Nicholas has
Oh, no,
got
he's
one there too.
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, I think Nicholas is trying to figure out how much he wants to put on the board.
Because he's afraid of the B prep.
Always afraid of the B prep at this point. Yeah, and so now, yeah, Nicholas wants to look at the discard. He's probably going to count how many do I got to worry about. Okay, 1. How many actions does he have to dig for it? Because that Tamatoa can sing. You know, how far I'll go. You only need 2 ink to be able to play the what's the search for 5? Vision of the future.
Yep.
Right.
So here's the question: is Nick playing B prep?
I would hope so. I think, and did we see 1 already? No, because Anthony's the
Anthony's
only one
only
that
played it. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting because it looks like maybe the end card could be, but it could also be an Aladdin, red Aladdin.
I would be more shocked to see an Aladdin for
So
sure.
would I, but I can't tell the difference from this angle.
Solo Falcon, red blue mirrors, can't wait for rotation. yeah, we're getting rid of some of those cards. So, you know, Popsicle's gone for sure, right?
It's gonna be interesting how that shakes everything up. There's a Tamatoa. Did he just discard the popsicles to bring him back?
Yep. Yeah, Nicholas is at 11 now, actually. We must have missed a lore there. Yes, this is what I mean. Like, you can dig through your deck and look for cards. So I think that looked like a B prep there.
It's gonna be really interesting too as this moves forward. Is how many cards does he have left in his deck?
Yeah. I mean, at least in this mirror match, you don't have to worry about a whole new world coming out and getting you in that case, but you're still digging and you're going to run out of cards eventually.
You're still digging and at some point just putting stuff back in. I mean, again, at this point, throwing Tipo down, what does that do for you? Yeah, it gets you a card. Are you going to put an extra card
And
in?
Nicholas chose not to. He passed his turn,
Yeah,
so.
he's just putting a card out there. He's afraid to play something.
And it doesn't look like Anthony has another B prep in hand, so.
No, he's debating what to do.
Grandma's inked. 6 for the half shark. Now, plate is sings the down in New Orleans. Tipo for free, okay?
Doesn't know the card.
Yeah. Nicholas goes, I've heard of the spice.
Oh, you could hear it?
Yeah.
I forgot you can hear it. So now Anthony can...
Anthony gains a lure off of that, right? Yep.
Then the fish hook. Taps it to...
He gave evasive to his Tamatoa.
What did he do with the Tamatoa? Did he quest?
Mm-hmm.
But
he used to sing the...
down in New Orleans?
Down in New Orleans.
So he gave evasive to force him. This is going to be this is a very important hand for our play. This is when he could start to seal it.
Oh, Anthony forgot to give himself lure, and Nicholas is doing the right thing in saying that it's a mandatory, it's not an optional. You know, may gain a lure, you got that lure. He didn't forget to do it.
That's cool. And that's, again, going back to what we said at the beginning today, sportsmanship's a big thing for us today. We want to make sure.
Well, and the rules say for the universal elements of the game, it's on both players. So even if it's your card that has an ability that must happen, your opponent can't be sneaky and say, well, you didn't say it, so I'm going to let it happen. Because technically, you could then say, Judge, my opponent let me go through with this. So you could really rule shark your way by not just following the rules. And look at this, game has come to a standstill as these players are trying to figure out, all right, what is the most optimal move here?
Is it Nick's turn still?
Yeah, Nick. Yeah,
Nick quests out.
Yeah, so a quest for 5.
So he's putting the pressure on Anthony. Drops a Hades. That puts him in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, and
then McDuck
Manor.
Yeah. It's you're not knowing exactly what's in his hand. You got to say is, what was Nick worried about that? Anthony gives him the game.
Ends game 1, so we're gonna give that to Nicholas. I'm gonna, unless Nicholas, can really out-edge Anthony, I think there's a good chance that this is just gonna go 1-1.
That would, definitely that's, for both of these players, I think, going into this, 1-1 should put them through. It would require a lot of 2-0s below them to avoid that, and as matches are starting to come in, some things are, well, let's see, we got 3 completed matches so far. I don't know why it's in there. So right now, 1-2 and 2-3 are both complete. Both drew. And then the last match is complete. Chubbs won 2-0. Finishes his day strong. But that should get Ivan and Ben will be through, I would say, and that'll probably put Matt and Luke going to 23 points each. They will be through, so the final 4 spots are going to be open. So
there's a good chance we'll have our teammates in there. You got Anthony, as long as
Matt's
he can
going to do it. He
get
made
this game. Mike is looking close, right?
Yeah, my guess would be if Anthony can win this one, if Mike can get at least 1 win, they'll both be through. And then we'll see from there. This is an interesting who goes first type approach to things. At this point where we've always said you take the second one, but would you have, knowing I need a game, just bang it out and try to get it, go first, get my 3 points, that probably puts me through, feel a little safer. As now Nick can sit back and go, a win would be great, I'd get better seeding. That being said, Anthony has to win to have a shot to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an outside chance, but I think that would require too many things to fall. and they are shuffled to the death here.
Not letting any chances happen here. Got to make sure all of those cards are.
This will be the point where Andrew cuts your deck 7 times. And then finishes in second place. That's how your set championships went this time, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I started off a little rough in set champs, but then ended them in second place. So, which really sucked this time to not get the second place playmat. You know, I liked earning my champion playmats in the previous ones. It feels really bad this time around to not get anything for coming in second place.
Well, that's going to be an interesting mulligan for Anthony.
Yeah, I was going to say, he keeps 1 and gets rid of, or keeps 2, gets rid of 5. Much better. I saw Tipo there, so he's feeling probably good about that.
Yeah, and so this is that first couple plays will really help determine it. We'll see how it goes. How does Nick keep score? Am I missing something? Does he use his dice up there?
He might have off to
pad?
his right side there a pad.
I've noticed, actually, Anthony's score, in the matches I've been back here, Anthony's scorekeeper is the first time I've seen a scorekeeper. Something.
Yeah, I've seen some Lorcana streams use those really big dice that you could, that's a D20 essentially, right, that you'd like rotate through. We could probably do something like that. I also feel like if we had a stream kind of like ticker, almost like this setup, but something that like they could see and then updated our stream for us, that would be cool.
Something that's, I think of the clock in the chess clock.
Yes.
Right? Next to you, you can just go, it's a little digital pad that sits there and projects up, right? Sits next to the thing, so it's, I was going to point, but you guys can't see it, but somewhere next to where one of the decks are, you can put a little pad that does it. You'd be surprised no one's done that yet. So Anthony inked and then did not play a card, correct?
No popsicle, no develop. Nicholas did have the develop though, so
Anthony drops something, gets Tipo down, gets to bury the second card this time, which is a good start. He's going to bury a Maui Half Shark, which Nicholas doesn't see, but he did have 2 in his hand. It looked like a Maui, didn't it?
I couldn't see what it was. But now Nicholas has to figure out, okay, so
Nicholas inks
and
in.
plays the sail. So gets the extra inkable card now, so he can play perhaps another popsicle or develop.
He's thinking about them. Does he do the Maui also? Oh no, the Super Goof to play. Is that a
Vitalis or
I was gonna say Velociraptor. It's definitely not a Velociraptor. And there's the Tala. So Anthony's got very typical ramp coming up. Something happened where we're paused for a second.
Yeah, Nicholas is asking Anthony about the Lilo, if you've seen any like use for it today, because he's now inked it twice in this match. So,
And speaking from conversations with Anthony, he said online it's been very successful. In person, it has not been as successful, is what he has found. He said, so he was torn going into today, I believe, when using it. That's probably the only card we talked about. I do like the use of Super Goof in his hand is a great card, I think.
for sure.
I love that card.
So, Grandma. We did see last turn Anthony quest for 1, so he got on the board first there. And now
That's
they're
the
kind of at parity, right?
Second Half Shark in the Inkwell for, what's his name there? For Nick.
And Anthony's going to quest for 2, go to 3.
So this will be an interesting little run here. This is when it's going to start to get interesting, I think.
Yeah, we could see a hero to all come out. You could play something, like maybe there's a Super Goof here and then you pop that Vitalis Sphere. No,
Nope.
just a Grandma. Okay, we're digging.
He's not happy with what he's got, is my take. Oh, there's that dreaded card. Actually, I think that card last game shifted it significantly. The McDuck Manor is now in Nick's hand. And last game that hurt Anthony because he had to turn his whole focus to it, and it allowed him to make a jump. So sings How Far I'll Go to try to ramp up some more. sees what he's.
B prep.
I don't know. I didn't catch it, but it's interesting in that we are. I don't believe Nick has been as thrilled this game as he was last game with his hand. Anthony inked a Maui, played a
Hard cast down in New Orleans. All right.
And what did he pull? Anything good?
Super
Goof. We'll take that, right?
Because Super Goof is just when he challenges, right?
Yes. Why did he? Oh, rushed. He rushed in to take the lure
Yep.
and pop it. Oh, that was probably a good move.
Yeah, so Anthony gains 4 lore off of that. Goes to 7.
Sweet.
That's a big move.
Yeah, Super Goof is just whenever this character challenges another character. So you don't even have to banish it to gain lore.
And what did he banish? Something that didn't have any challenge? Because he did not take any damage. Or should he have? What's the card on top? I can't see the glare. And then when I move my head, the glare does not go
that
away.
Super Goof that might have, is there a die on there?
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
Do we have to call your son out for cheating right now on stream? Get a judge over there to investigate?
I don't know what. I can't tell what he took out.
It was a Grand Metalla, I think.
So,
It should have damage on them.
oh, it did. All right.
We just can't see the die.
Yeah, he uses the die that
Yep,
both of them
okay.
go. He uses the die that I don't like because it's hard to see in my opinion. Again, with the Rain of Jafar, I have issues with it too. Dragonfire. Funny, someone came up to him after one of his matches after Anthony beat him today and said,
And Anthony's at 10 now?
he said,
In his lore.
how many Dragonfires are you running? And he was like 2. He's like, damn it, I thought you had 4. But a 10-0 lead with pretty empty boards. So this is going to be interesting because they both have a decent amount of ink in the inkwell.
I think Nicholas is in a rough spot, unfortunately. Just when you're this far ahead in this matchup, both decks are going to be able to control late game. So to be the person ahead feels way
Ooh.
better.
To have to ink one of your McDucks, though, to get a McDuck, that's some that passive lore coming back on it.
Yep. Ooh, he got the B prep off of that.
So he quests for 1.
Quest for 1. And passes over. So Nicholas gets his 2 passive lore off the McDuck Manor, finally on the board.
Anthony holding the Sisu in the hopes of using it.
Yeah. And a brawl it looks like too.
Yeah,
so depending on
he's
what comes
sitting-
next.
He needs to pull that Maui half shark. Nicholas only holding 3 cards in hand himself.
Is Anthony running Vitalosphere in this deck?
I don't think so, but I honestly would have to look. Oh, there's a Tamatoa, first one of the game, but it's for either player.
Nicholas finds no items in his discard, unfortunately.
And discards a card. To take the Tala, which is not a terrible loss for Anthony.
Oh, passes the turn.
He's got
Nicholas
a
gains
pass.
2 more lore off of that.
This is that climb back in he's hoping for. Did you see what Anthony drew? Because I didn't.
Missed the-
Obstacle. Nicholas having some trouble also. Having to dig deep. 3 for
Another one. Okay, this is a
that's
rough spot to be in.
Anthony really needing some cards here. He's digging. Ooh. Anthony in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. I can't really do much now, though. Those 2 McDuck Manors are brutal.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
So that's the 2.
He's at 12 now, I think, my love.
I missed some.
Yeah. No item to play for free, though.
Is that a Tala?
Yeah.
Anthony's.
Oh, and then he plays his the Pirate's Life. So Anthony's going to lose 2, and Nicholas is going to gain 2.
That may be the end of the
Yeah, it's
over.
almost impossible to come back. So he beat Preps, and then scoops the games. All right, unfortunately, Anthony, a team member of the Upside, does not get the win today. Good matchup, though, still. You know, it's a tough spot to be in a mirror match like this. Really, it's when that one player gets the advantage, and Anthony was looking good, but just couldn't pull it out in the end.